Good morning. Happy New Year! All right, YouTube, welcome to Forex.Today. We're a community of more than 20,000 foreign exchange traders. We gather here today to conduct technical and fundamental analysis with the overriding goal of planning our trades in advance because trading is risky. It's not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results, but please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, and never, ever, 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 ever risk money you cannot afford to lose. Good to see you. Hey, look, it's a new time. It's a new time. We're starting at 8 a.m. now, forever. That's that. It's done. 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 So anyways, so that's cool. Lots of cool things going on. So here's the schedule at traders.com. So here we are today. We already did two today already. So here's January 6th. Here's the one last night, January 5th. Then we did one January 6th at 3 a.m., January 6th at 7:30 a.m. Here we are, January 6th at 8 a.m. And then at 4 o'clock, there's another one on January 6th. These are all performance coaching just for today. Cool, right? Very, 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 very cool. All right, so let's go to the basics, as they say in France, the basics. Okay. Traders is more than a trading community. It's definitely a trading community, but it's more than that. You want training courses? Yeah, we have 100 hours. You want coaching? Like I showed you, just probably 5-6 hours of performance coaching just today alone. We have a scalping team, a technical team, a fundamental team, and a team that has all of that. Very cool. So we fully automate the technical and fundamental analysis with our amazing analytical tools. They watch the markets, but they also watch the charts. You're also going to need execution. So that means a broker. There are two types of brokers. One that creates a dark pool and forces you to trade against the other clients, but they never actually enter your trades into the interbanking system. So it's a dark pool, maybe it's a dead pool, because they assume and even want all their traders to lose money. That would be in the best interest of most brokers. Trader's Way is different. It is an ECN. When you click a button, they execute the trade using something called straight-through processing, STP. And they take your trade and they put it into a pool of liquidity providers in the interbanking system. Just think of maybe like all the major banks and brokers in the world. That's what you want. And a typical Forex broker just puts everybody together in one little pool, and you never see your trade never leaves that broker. That's why they want you to lose, because they'll take the other side. So I like Traders Way because they have a symbiotic relationship. The execution speed is fast. The fees are fair. Right? It's all good. It's all good in the hood. So execution and strategy for your small trading institution. I hope you spent some time on business planning over the last few weeks. How many people spent more than 10 hours on the future of their Forex trading business in 2025? Anybody spend more than 10? If less than 10, but you did spend some time, how many hours? 2? 10? 40? I think my first business planning retreat 12 hours a day for, yeah, I'd say 75 hours, maybe longer. Seven? That's cool. Yeah, I've spent more than that. I've spent more than 10 hours focused on the annual outlook on Wednesday. I hope you bought your ticket. It's $50 for all four webinars. The annual outlook and the 3 quarterly updates. Yeah. Pretty good deal for $50, but it's going up to $500 later today. Maybe. I haven't decided yet. On Thursday, you can't have it. So that's Wednesday, guys. This is like a couple of days away. So, yeah. Now, Ashish will be able to compare analysis versus analysis and see what they like and dislike about my outlook. Yeah. That's how you do it. Thank you for clicking the thumbs up button. I appreciate that. S&P, huh? Where are we going? I imagine you've already done your fundamentals. So an hour ago, I've gone through and done fundamental analysis with the fundamental analytics trading team. So we already went through this whole section here. I'm not going to do it again because I just did it. If you want this information, you should probably join the team, huh? Eh? Yeah. So anyways, let's giddy up over to some technicals. In fact, what I want to do today is not the patterns. Well, I guess we can do patterns later. I want to take a look at implied volatility, because your pivots might be off if things have been relatively quiet over the last few periods. So we can go back and look at every Monday going back a very long time, like 6 months. Okay, it's a good time for trading pound dollar, and it's already reached its implied high. Okay, we're going to have one more pump invol and then a wither. So I wouldn't be a bear on this, but what analysis shows is it could probably do this the rest of the day. What do you guys think? Of course, the other worry would be even further up and then down. So that would lead to a potential for a reversal. Potential, not that it would, it's not a reversal pattern. But if it starts the day at the projected high, then it has nowhere to go but down. That's why I'm saying like something a little more bullish is to have it get to the 4-hour range, pull back, and then extend out. That would be bullish, right? Versus something that starts too high and then comes around, you know, it leads to the potential of lower highs. Yeah. Did you do anything fun this weekend? I went to Plains, Georgia, and visited Jimmy Carter's boyhood home in Plains, Georgia. And there was not one person there but me. Not one living soul. Except me. I was living. Yeah. And I think my Arby's lunch was also alive. Alive and kicking. Pretty interesting. It's quite beautiful out there. Not quite. It was what I expected and wasn't what I expected. It was really interesting. Plains, Georgia, Jimmy Carter. So he lived 100 years, was president of the United States, a well-respected diplomat and ambassador. He was also a peanut farmer, but besides that, he didn't do anything with his life. He wasted it. Now, Maida, yeah, so I'm not sure the Cuban perspective is probably quite different, and I totally agree, and I would imagine a Cuban might say, well, he didn't do jack as ambassador. Life in Cuba didn't get better, but I don't know enough to comment. But at least from the media perspective, I have heard, you know. All right, so so there's one way of looking at things. How about that Kiwi dollar? Yeah, media. Yeah, for sure. Well, at least I'm honest, and I say I don't know. All right, I can't get my drawing tool over there. All right, so once again, you think about whether you're risk on or risk off, whether you're a bull or a bear. Implied volatility does not give you direction. So we know you had an opportunity early today here and here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so somewhere in here was the beginning of the day for you. Trade. If you were going to trade this, you would be looking at this area here. So what do we know is usual? We don't know the future, but we know normality, right? Or normalcy. And from here on in, for quite a few hours, we lose volume and volatility. Well, thank you, Maida. Thank you. That there is like, there's a peak, a little drop, a lower high, and so maybe like this. And then at the New York close, Asia open, we move to the next step, maybe? How do you guys feel? Well, that's pretty risk on. If today ends up ugly, I would imagine, okay, if today is a profit-taking day, you know what I mean? Why would somebody take profit today? Somebody meaning institutional. Well, Sebastian, you can pull it up if you want. Yeah. Why, right? Yeah. Well, how do you feel, Sebastian, about the seasonality of Japanese yen? Now, Ashish answers the question, yes, because of deferring taxes, which also means they didn't take profit in December. But we did have a down December. There was a lot of downside volatility, right? But yes. Sebastian is bearish on CAD yen. All right. But seasonality for the yen. Seasonality for... Okay. See, when you have data, you don't ask questions like that, Sebastian. It's a funny question for someone with TRADARS.com. It's like, and don't take this, I'm not being rude or insulting. I'm just trying to use it like an example, but it's like you and I meet up on the sidewalk in New York City. So we're standing on the sidewalk outside, and you say to me, hey, so how's the weather? And we're standing face to face. I'm like, I look around, I look at the sky, I'm like, what the F are you talking about? Yeah. What's the weather like? You're standing right in front of me, right? So, all of this is just, no. You're making, it's fine, Sebastian. Yeah. And I'm not beating you down like a dirty dog. But I'm like, that's just data. Like, you just look it up. CAD yen. Okay. CAD yen. Yeah. All right. It is bearish, but it's going up. How does that make you feel emotionally? Are you going to sell it at the psychological level of 110? Okay. What is January usually like? Oh, January is usually up. Okay. But anyways. So you don't have to ask some YouTube guru what he or she thinks about CAD yen. You just look it up. You have all the facts. Hey, Wayne, what do you think the retail sentiment is? I don't think about it at all. I have the data. I just look at it. So the retail sector is 57% short CAD yen. Well, what about institutional? All right, well, CAD. Nobody owns CAD. Nobody. And recently there was a 2% change to make it even more bearish than it used to be. And the yen market is 50-50. So like when you look at institutional trading, Sebastian, how do you feel about your CAD yen short? Are you with institutional investors or against institutional investors, Sebastian? Okay. Well, it's kind of a trick question. You're not trading against them for sure. Okay? Well, you're priced, if you don't have direction, it doesn't matter what you're short to. Who cares? 108? Why not 99? Like, now that's subjective, and we could talk about why. Like, I don't care. Why do you have to tell me why 108? Like, otherwise, I don't care. Someone else could say 99. Someone else can say 88. So all of that is irrelevant. You have to back it up with the rationale. But all we're talking about is you're a bear. Well, is that the dumbest idea in the world? Well, essentially all institutional traders are short the Canadian dollar. All right, and you're bearish on CAD yen. So do we have a problem with that? No. And in fact, retail is also short. So do I have a problem with that? No. No, not really. Now, often I worry when the market is saturated short, everyone's short. That becomes a problem. And it also becomes a problem when retail and institution agree. But we'll deal with that if it flips. It's just you should be aware. The market is short. There's no doubt about it. But if something changed, we'd have to be careful because it'd be massive profit taking, right? Now, on the yen side, are you buying the right thing when you sell CAD yen? Because you might make money on selling CAD yen, but if you miss you can miss other opportunities that are better. So you're like, oh, well, you made some money on CAD yen. Well, good for you. You made 100 pips. So what? That's a day trade. Who cares? Right? In our swing trading group, we're embarrassed if we make less than 333 pips. It's embarrassing because we didn't call it the day trading group. We called it the swing trading group, right? So you have to know these forces. And so are institutional investors buying the Japanese yen? No, not really. So you might make money, but you might have bet on the wrong horse. But once again, this is just obvious information that you have access at your fingertips. Okay? So, quick hack. CAD yen, yeah, it is actually pretty good for selling. Better than Kiwi CAD, better than, right? Well, but the thing is with you're selling CAD, and if we have a negative score in Kiwi CAD, so it shows you CAD is weak, but Kiwi is even weaker. So maybe you're betting on the wrong horse, even to the bearish side. Why would you sell CAD when Kiwi and Aussie are weaker? Okay. All right, how about CAD Swissy neutral? They're both weak. Euro CAD. Okay, Euro is a 2, but yen is a 7. Okay, maybe not. Okay, USD CAD, very bullish. So you want to now say, well, USD CAD is as bullish as CAD yen is bearish. So let's take a look at the institutional data and see which one we prefer. USD is 50-50, and CAD we already saw. 69% retail is short, not much of a difference, slight edge to US dollar long versus CAD, then yen long versus CAD. And you'll see that USD CAD usually goes up. Okay, usually goes up in January. Cool. So I might give a slight edge to USD Kitty CAD up, but watch your psych level, right? Because that's not fundamental, right? So watch that psych level on CAD yen. Cool. So now you make a decision. Which one's better? Dude, they have the same score. So maybe do comparative analysis of the two charts. And then do some fundamental analysis or seasonal research on which assets better to buy in January, US dollar or Japanese yen. How do you do that, you ask? Oh, well, why don't we just look at USD-Yen? See, like, you see what I'm getting at, Sebastian? Like, I don't have opinions. I'm just teaching you how to trade. Okay? So, seasonally, okay, seasonally, sort of mediocre. Technically, there's a slight edge to US dollar, as I already talked about, if you're going to do it this way. If you want to get a better look at that, you can get a good look at a T-bone if you stick your head up a steer's ass, but I'd take the butcher's word for it. Sorry, you have to watch Tommy Boy. One of the greatest movies ever made. Yeah. Ladies, Rob Lowe is in it. Oh, I hate Rob Lowe. He makes my husband look ugly. So anyways, statistically, we're comparing dollar and yen. Which one should we buy versus CAD? And statistically, there's an edge towards dollar. Golly gee whiz, Batman, what do you stink? Oh! Oh. What do you stink about that? So let's see. We did some economic research. We looked at a little bit of seasonality. We looked at scorecards. We looked at implied volatility. Do you want to do some technical patterns? Well, before that, let's use the real calendar. Okay, let's do the real calendar. So, non-farm payrolls and Michigan consumer sentiment. All right. So obviously this is the end of the week here. So what we're looking at for our planning purposes is here is our week. Everything else is next week. Don't worry about it. Thank you, Richard. I appreciate that. All right. So which ones do you care about? Well, first of all, you care about all of them. Second of all, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 things on the calendar that we care about this week. That's actually quite a bit, isn't it? Yeah. So it's a pretty big week. All right. Well, what about the other 90 things that are on the other calendar? Well, what we know about the calendar we're looking at in the moment is that these events, right? So if you have an event-driven strategy, these are the events. And they will produce volatility. They will. We don't know what direction because we don't know what the news is. But we have analyzed these and hundreds others to see if they produce volatility. These ones produce volatility. They also because that's only the first prereq. But if all they do is provide volatility, but there's no reliable, repeatable pattern, then it's actually a threat, not an opportunity. But once we identify that the market's even going to move, does anybody actually care about this crap? Well, yes, they do. This crap they do. The other crap they don't. Okay, and then these ones, depending on the results of the news, will provide a repeatable pattern, a reliable, repeatable pattern. And we can analyze, depending on how the news comes out, which really reliable, repeatable pattern, and on what time frame, and on which outcome, and if inside of that data, which is like 15-minute chart, hourly or 30-minute chart, hourly chart, 4-hour chart, daily chart, sometimes some of the time frames don't give you a reliable, repeatable pattern. So we're not interested in that. So this is an incredible amount of information, and it deletes more than it adds through its analysis, because it's trying to show you that these are opportunities and that you should pay attention to these. Put them on your calendar. And you can put them on your calendar. You can set reminders. It's beautiful. Yeah, Richard, we knew that was coming. Yeah. I didn't know it'd be today. I thought it'd be later in the week. Because now you have to go to work the rest of the week, and everyone's like, oh, right? Dead man walking. Like the Green Mile, you know. So anyways, reliable, repeatable patterns. So the news for German inflation, okay, yeah, came out greater. And there's a pound-dollar trade, but not a scalp. There's a USD CAD trade, but not a scalp. There's a USD Swiss franc trade, but they're not, I mean, over the next 2 days, same thing with yen. So really, what you would try to do is say, okay, there's no scalp, but what if, let's just pretend there's an asset. I don't know. I don't know. Let's say you intend to be long pound yen this week. You've already planned it out, whatever. So what you're hoping for is this news brings it down for the rest of the day, and tomorrow you take it north. That's how you'd use this information. You're like, oh, coolio. A dip. Great. Okay? That's how you want to look at that. Okay? Capiche? Gorgeous. Gorgeous. All right. Cool stuff, right? Cool beans. Are you guys risk on or risk off? Let's do a poll. Hang on, I'm going to do a poll. What are you trading today? Risk on, risk neutral, risk off. Hang on. When I say hang on, that means don't type. Okay, there we go. Go, 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 go. Come on, let's go, 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 go. This is market sentiment. Okay, I'm waiting. Dude, not even half of you have clicked yes or on, off, or neutral. What's wrong? Dude, seriously. You know, you get credit for class participation. Dude, Harvard students are so competitive. If you had an opportunity to speak in front of the class to the professor so that they knew you, there'd be a knife fight to see who gets to speak. Now, Lalo, why is it the perfect time? 24 out of 43, seriously? What are you, afraid? You're embarrassed? Lazy? Are these qualities that are going to make you a successful Forex trader? Oh, I don't know what to answer, so I'm going to answer nothing. Really? Yeah, that was a bitch slap. How did it feel? Thank you to everybody that did participate. Yeah. For those that are too afraid to answer, well, there's a job opening in the Canadian government. You might want to try for that. All right. So what did we get? Most people are slightly risk on to neutral. Okay. Well, the problem with seasonality is its normality. Do we have some known unknowns this year, Lalo? Lalo. All right, so we're heavily risk off on the long run. And we're just kind of starting out here, not so sure. But you should know that, right? You might be the bull in a bearish room. In that case, you still got to be careful. That's right, Jim. You got to get out of your emotional foxhole. Not you, of course, but... So anyways, so we can look for technicals and you can try to line them up. So if you are interested, so let's go with Lalo. We will turn only yen pairs on. And so I'm not saying Lalo's right or wrong. How do I know? I don't know the future. Okay, so what you do is you make your decision fundamentally or seasonally, which you may argue is a form of fundamentals. I'm not going to do this because they're funding pairs. I feel like I missed something here. Yen, 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 yen. No, I guess that'll do. All right, so we're only looking at yen pairs and we only want to go long. Or Lalo only wants to go long. Lalo. Okay, so easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay. How long will it take you to burn through every yen pair on every time frame? How long will it take you? Okay. This is it's showing strength, but that's a threat. Pound yen, ascending triangle, that's strength, and that's an opportunity. Euro yen, ascending triangle, that's strength, that's an opportunity. Done. Okay, but remember, there is about 30 that are not here, which means I've already done those ones. The ones that are not wasting my time, I'm just skipping. Or that are wasting my time, I just skip. So this is strength, this is an opportunity, this is non-biased, non-directional. We will go through, this is, okay, this is weakness on the daily, not interested. Okay, cool. So I just went through every yen pair on every time frame and only looked for bullish patterns with opportunities. And Lalo, I offer it to you because you're the portfolio manager on the trading desk and I'm just your chart bitch. So you're like, hey, go through all the yen pairs and show me go through all the yen pairs on all the time frames on each yen pair and only show me bullish setups with opportunities for entering. Boom. Yeah, it took me 30 seconds. It might take somebody, they probably don't even do that. Now you're like, but Wayne, you only went through a handful of these charts. Yeah, all the other ones didn't have trending patterns. And at least half of them didn't have bullish trending patterns. So I can get it down to, Lalo, look at these three things. See if they present opportunities for you as a portfolio manager. You know so much more than me. I am just a humble technical analyst and you're like a god. So I will let you make the big decisions. I will go back to my cubicle. Okay? You see how this works? So I don't like to waste my time and I like to be highly accurate. These patterns are perfect. There isn't a brain screwing things up. These are technical trend patterns that either represent an opportunity, a threat, or neutrality. I just went through them all, done. 50 charts, took me 30 seconds. Yeah, that's how we do. So anyways, have a wonderful day. So much going on in the world, such an interesting thing, that we are dealing with. We have changing in monetary policy, change in fiscal leadership. So many known unknowns. Germany's government's collapsing. France's government's collapsing. Don't even want to talk about the UK. Canada's government's collapsing. South Korea's government's collapsing. And we just shifted from being liberal to conservative. Holy smokes. The world is changing. Now's the time to either make money or protect your money. So for those that are in my technical trading group, aka day trading group, I will see you at 4 p.m. Okay. And remember, under the coaching section, you may see new sessions that are popping up because we had to reschedule everything. So like if you just click this little yes RSVP button, okay, it'll send you the link by email every morning so you don't have to log in and then click that and then go there. It'll just send you the link and you can go directly to it. Okay? Cool, right? All right, see you everybody, and I invite you to join traders.com. Does everybody have the new coupon code to get the annual membership, but you get the discount for committing to a year, but you pay monthly? I sent one before Christmas, but lots of people are pissed off because, well, it expired. I'm like, well, where were you when the offer was made? But there's a new one out. Does anybody want the coupon code? let's see if I can even bring up the whole thing. TRADARS.com/products. Where's it? Offer. Probably offer. No. No. Well, it is the one for the annual outlook. So, well, I'll give you that. At least I have the link to the annual outlook, which we are doing on Wednesday. Okay. Yeah, the new code, so you have to go to, let's find this. Let's see if this works. I just want to double check that this works. Maybe there's not even a thing to sign up. Monthly pro. Okay, so you see these guys save some money. So you go here now and you get that same price, and I believe it's NY25. There we go. So you save $600 a year. Because I love you, you're my sweet baby. Okay. Look how fancy the sign-up code is. Yeah. It's so fancy. Dude, you either you want to sign up or you don't. Yeah, I'm supposed to put some text and a video here to convince you. You're like, no. You want in? Let's go. So anyways, $600 a year, just, okay. And I set it up so that if, let's say, 3 months in, you quit, and then you want to come back again, the coupon code will not work for you. So if you quit, you're out. This isn't, right? This is an annual membership. Is essentially what's happening. Your coupon code will not work twice. You're in for a year or you're out. We don't mess around. Huh? We don't mess around. So, hey, have a wonderful trading day. I will see you later. I hope you like the new time. Peace on earth. May the pips be with you. May your profits be above average.